Hey guys, it's Kaz here, okay, Cats and Camera, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I've been sorting out my shelves since just past 8 o'clock, so it's been quite a few hours. I did try and film bits and pieces, but obviously because it took so long I didn't film the whole process. So here's a few bits of film of me sorting them out, and then a bit of a bookshelf tour afterwards, so I hope you enjoy. So, I've finally got a new bookcase. Yay! Side note, this is just here so I could make sure all the sections can fit on hardbacks. So these are the two that I already have. As you can clearly see, there's stuff piled everywhere. And also these are really weird because they came with the middle one, not exactly in the middle. So some of these don't fit hardbacks on, which is annoying. But along with that, we've got book piles here, more books here. Side note, this is catnip, not anything illegal. A few more books just piled random places, and some more. Although this obviously goes on my graphic novel shelf, which is here. But I really need to sort this out because look. This is how close it is at the bottom. This is how much of a lean it's on. Not good. So after about 4 hours, here's the finished product. And this one is my new bookshelf. So I'll just do a quick run through. We got Cassandra Clare up here. The gap here is for Lord of Shadows, but my sister's got it at the moment. And then a few random bits and pieces at the end. Sorry if I sound bunged up, but I always get ill after I've done Leeds Festival because of other people. So here we've got basically LGBT across these ones. So it's Alex Sanchez. I've got a few of my favourite ones out at the front, and then loads of bits and pieces in here. Next we've got Patrick Ness over here, Hunger Games. Then we've got John Green, J.R.R. Tolkien, and then a few more bits and pieces over here. Here's pretty much my George R.R. Martin shelf. Obviously we've got all the Song of Ice and Fire, we've got the big pop-up book, and we've got the short story collection thing over there where one of them is a Song of Ice and Fire one. And then we've got a bit more fantasy. The next shelf, got all my point horror books, all these 90s point horror books. A bit of true crime here, and then a bit more sort of horror and crime over there. And then I've clearly not really done anything with this bottom shelf. On to the next one, we've got all of Andrew Smith, then we've got The Raven Cycle, and a few random books that's got cats in it. Then here's the second part of my LGBT shelf. So Again, we've got bits and pieces. This Jandy Nelson book isn't, but I just kept it with I'll Give You the Sun. So I've got bits and pieces, again, a few of my favourites. Facing Outwards. Then we've got David Levithan here. And the All for the Game here. I've left a space for the third book that I've not got yet, but I'm definitely getting it soon. Next up, we've got my Half Bad trilogy, just Facing Outwards. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really like it. Then the Maze Runner trilogy. And then the Aquawar trilogy again. The middle one, Facing Out, is my favourite. And then we have this Shiver and Thug over here. I've not read the Shiver ones yet. Next we've got a bit of Dan Brown, because who doesn't love Darren Brown? My sister's book, I wanted to face it out, but the pages are really curly, so I had to keep it in like this. A few more self-published, and then this is just a bunch of stuff. So we've got a couple of Danny Wallace books, a couple of John Avid Lindquist books, who wrote Let the Right One In. Then a few more random bits and pieces. Douglas Adams at the end there, you can't really see, it's a bit dark. And then this shelf is pretty much my I'm a child and won't give up any of my books. So it's got all my Jacqueline Wilson books. Well, not all of them, I gave a few of the really, really young ones to charity a little while back, but I've kept most of the Jacqueline Wilson books. If you're English, you know who she is. You probably read her books when you were younger. And then over here we've got a few bits in the dark corner, I don't know if you can see it, is the Divergent, well, trilogy and 4. Fun fact, I've not actually read that before, so there you go. And again, the shelf down here is just a mess still, so. Over to the new shelf, we've got Darren Shan. My book 3 and 4 of this one I lent to my friend, so when I get them back I can put that back facing the other way. Then more Darren Shan. Again, there's a space here because there's only up to 7 of the manga of this series, and there's 12 books in the series, so I want to get all 12 of the mangas as well. And then his adult ones there. Then we've got Rick Riordan. Again, there's a bit of space here for the next Trials of Apollo one and the next in the Magnus Chase one, so there's a bit more space on that shelf. Then down here we've got a couple of books from a 10-book series, but I borrowed the rest of them from my sister, so I've just got the first and the 8th, I think. And then the Uglies series, I've got a few Irvine Welsh books, and then most of Lemony Snicket. I'm missing 2, so again I've left spaces. These ones I just all got for 50p from charity shops, so I need 8 and 11, and then I'll have them all and read them all. Then I've got up to volume 7 of Death Note. Again, this is sort of fanned out, so when I get the rest I'll be able to fit it in. The first 2 Vampire Academy books, then this Alison Noel series that I got ages ago and never finished the last book. This was literally years and years and years and years ago. And then some other random books, the I Am Number 4 books and the first couple of Skullduggery Pleasant. And then down at the bottom shelf I've got quite a few Robert Rankin books. I've not read any of these, but again I found them all for 50p at a charity shop. And they've all got quite fun titles, so I think it's going to be kind of weird and humorous, so I thought why not grab them. Then the Stucky Stackhouse series, a couple of Ian McEwan, and then some other random bits and pieces, some Ian Banks. These 2 popular books that I don't like, so I'll put them down here. And Alice in Wonderland that I didn't like, so I'll put them down here. And then this random book from when I was 9 and got one of my poems published. So yeah, there's my new bookshelf.